Democrats have an anti-Semitism problem? The answer is yes, they do, and they've had one for a long time. Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton turned a dispute between a Jewish tenant and a black subtenant into a racial thing. It's called Freddie's Fashion Mart. Look it up. Right in the middle of it, black guy angry at what he thought was the racism perpetuated by the Jewish tenant. He goes into Freddie's Fashion Mart with a gun, sets the place on fire, shoots it up, kills a bunch of people, including himself. Al Sharpton is on tape during the 1991 Crown Heights affair, saying if the Jews want to get it on, tell them to pin their yarmulkes and come over to my house. He also referred to Jews as diamond merchants and whites as interlopers who were moving into previously black-occupied areas, black-owned areas. And then you have Louis Farrakhan. I'm not anti-Semite, I'm anti-termite. Remember that? Members of the Congressional Black Caucus have embraced him, will not renounce him. And there's a picture of a young, smiling senator named Barack Obama with Minister Farrakhan, a picture that did not emerge until after Obama left office, even though the picture was taken when he was in the Senate. Now, why did somebody suppress that photograph? Because they knew it would not help Obama. They knew that Farrakhan is toxic. Yet many members of the Congressional Black Caucus have not only not denounced Farrakhan, they're friendly with him. Even Cory Booker said he would sit down and meet with him. Do you think Cory Booker would say he'd sit down and meet with David Duke? And don't get me started on Obama's pastor, Reverend Jeremiah Wright, who said that Zionist Jews, his term, not mine, Zionist Jews were worse than Nazis, and published an article in the church bulletin claiming that Israel and South Africa had built a, quote, ethnic bomb that only killed black and Arab people. I'm not making this up. He also said that once Obama got elected, he would not be able to speak with them because, quote, them Jews ain't going to let him talk to me, end of quote. And then you've got Ilhan Omar, the one who says the reason for the support for Israel is because politicians were bought off. It's about the Benjamins, and accuse them of having dual loyalty. And rather than pass a resolution condemning her, they watered it down, so they passed a resolution condemning bigotry in general. One of Bernie Sanders' campaign surrogates is Linda Sarsour, who's a supporter of Farrakhan. Sauer's comments on Israel and the Jews, according to an article in the Herald and the News called Will Democrats Confront Their Anti-Semitism Problem? Sarsour's comments on Israel and the Jews were so troubling that the American Jewish Congress asked Sanders to drop her from his campaign, and he has so far refused to do so. Ilhan Omar, who supports the Boycott, Divest movement, which both Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have called anti-Semitic, Ilhan Omar is a supporter of Bernie Sanders. Rashida Tlaib, also a supporter of Bernie Sanders. Shortly after she got elected, in her office, there was a photograph, a picture, a map. And on the map, she had a little sticky over it, concealing Israel, and the word Palestine was there, suggesting that she doesn't really believe in a two-state solution. And then there's the attack that took place on Hanukkah by a black man wielding a machete. Turns out he was a fan of the Hebrew Israelites, the anti-Semitic black group. And Jake Tapper of CNN asked this question out loud.
This is kind of a sensitive question, but do you think the reaction by politicians and the media would be any different if these recent anti-Semitic attacks had been committed by white supremacists instead of who they were committed by?
He couldn't even say it. Instead of who they were committed by, you mean black anti-Semites, black Jew haters. Is that what you mean?